Attention, soldiers! You know, it has come to my attention that Big Nerdy here has not spent very much time talking about G.I. Joe, so I donned my face paint, and now it is time to talk about my top 10 most wanted G.I. Joe classified figures. What's up, everybody? My name is Matt, often called Big Nerdy. You are the NWO, the Nerd World Order, and this is Nerdzoic. Yo, Joe, everyone. We are talking GI Joe Classified today. We are making a wish list to make life easy for Hasbro so they can say, hey, what figures should we make? And they're going to come watch this video and they're going to say, hey, these are the figures we should make. First off, I want to tell you guys, before we get into the top 10, I have not included any figures that are rumored to possibly come out this year. So here are some figures that have either been rumored or announced that are not going to be in this top 10. First off, Shipwreck. He's coming soon. Tomox and Xamot. I have no clue if I'm saying that right. Not on the list. However, they did just get revealed. Stalker, also just revealed. Not on the list. The Crimson Guard, heavily rumored. I don't think officially announced. Not on the list. Dusty, Zarana, none of them are on the list because they're rumored and that would be cheating. And of course, what top 10 would not be complete without Big Nerdy starting off with at least one honorable mention. So my honorable mention for this list is one that could never happen for contractual reasons, and that is a G.I. Joe Classified Sergeant Slaughter. He was the toughest of the Joes, but he's now signed to Valiverse, so we're not going to see this ever. But how cool would the 6-inch Sergeant Slaughter Classified be? He'd fit right in. It'd be awesome. What, is the autofocus not work? It can't find me. The autofocus can't even find me. Coming in at number 10 is Quick Kick. Quick Kick's real name is MacArthur S. Ito. Quick Kick is an infantry and intelligence specialist. He is not accepted by either the Koreans or the Japanese because of his mixed ancestry, and he is too short to play basketball, so he goes into the martial arts. Much like his hero Chuck Norris, he is a ranking black belt in Taekwondo, Goju Ryu, Southern Praying Mantis, Kung Fu, Tai Chi Sword, Zen Sword, Wing Chun, Chung Wen, Wing Chi, Kimchi, General Chow. No, I'm just making him up at this point. Before he was known as Quick Kick, he was working as a stuntman in Hollywood, which is where he was recruited for the G.I. Joe team. Here's why we need him. 1, diversity. Listen, I got a half Korean kid. Loved Shang-Chi because he's like, hey, look at that guy. It's an Asian guy. I like this. Plus, he got a ton of cartoon screen time. And screen time means plastic time, right? Right. Not to mention the fact that the whole martial arts thing is more popular than ever right now thanks to things like the UFC and Cobra Kai. Originally, back in the day, Quick Kick came with his katana sword, some nunchucks, and a backpack. Here's what I want to see with the classified version. We're talking long and short katana. We're talking nunchucks. We're talking backpack again. We're talking removable throwing stars. That should be enough. Coming in at number 9 is Alpine. He got his name because his real name is Albert Pine, so clearly nobody was really trying when they came up with his nickname. Alpine is an accomplished rock climber and a CPA, so he's like IRS meets Sylvester Stallone and Cliffhanger. He took his skills to the test when he joined the Army, where he wasn't an accountant, was he? Of course he wasn't an accountant. He debuted in 1985. He was a mountaineer and financial clerk specialist. Okay, I guess he was. I guess he was an accountant for G.I. Joe. Who would have guessed? He was born in Idaho on the flat and dusty Snake River Plains and graduated Ranger School in Fort Benning. He's a qualified expert with the M16, the N14, the M60, and the M1911. He took up mountain warfare at Camp Ethan Allen, and this man loves the challenge of rough terrain. I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere. Why do we need him? Because math guys need some love. So we got a mountain pack, a black Beretta, a grappling launch line, a submachine gun, a climbing axe, and 2 black grappling hooks connected by black string. That's a lot of stuff, but he's worth it. Friend of the channel who helped me put this video together, Jason, actually has vivid memories of using some of his accessories to rappel down the back of his couch as a kid. You gotta love that. Coming in at number 8 is CoverGirl. Real name Courtney Krager. She was a high fashion model in New York and Chicago before enlisting and then being recruited by G.I. Joe. She attended armory school at Fort Knox with a primary specialty in armor and a secondary specialty in AFV mechanics. CoverGirl finds that she must work against her beauty to prove herself. It must be very hard to be attractive. Why do we need her? Because we need more females in this line. Come on, we only got a couple, right? And like the Baroness, like we got the crappy movie Baroness or the good Baroness that was really hard to find, so yeah, CoverGirl. Plus, if you want to put her in like a vehicle 2-pack thing, put her in with one of those Wolverine vehicles. Sounds good to me. If we're just gonna single packer, here's what we need to come with it. A Law rocket launcher, an AR style rifle, an M1911 pistol, her satchel bag thing, a couple of different heads with various blonde and short brown hair variants, whatever, different heads. Yeah, this will be great. She was the second female to ever to join the Joes. My guess is that the first was Scarlet. She is an expert in diesel mechanics, and she first appeared in Marvel's GI Joe number 16 back in 1983. Hey! That's the year Big Nerdy was born. Coming in at number 7 is General Flagg. That's right, the namesake of the USS Flagg. General James Longstreet Flagg III, son of General Lawrence Flagg, born in Alexandria, Virginia. He is the Chief Strategic Commander of GI Joe. I think it'd be really cool to have such a high-ranking character represented in this line. And yeah, Cobra hated him, but you know who hated him the most? Destro. Interesting, he was first released as part of the Real American Hero line back in 1992. And I say interestingly because the USS Flagg was 1987. So was this named after him or his daddy? I don't know. Either way, namesake. Coming in at number 6 is Scrap Iron. Real name? Unknown. Birthplace? Unknown. His primary specialty is as a tank destroyer. In other words, he's like a mercenary, bad guy, Tony Stark but not smart type, right? Okay. Scrap Iron is a product designer for Destro's weapon manufacturing companies, and he is responsible for field testing armor-piercing munitions, so that sounds like a fun job. He is completely grossed out by imperfection of any kind, meaning, yeah, he's a bit of a perfectionist. I wonder if he gets mad at the bullets if they don't pierce the armor. We've gotten quite a few villains on the line. We've gotten our Cobra Commander ×3. We've gotten a great-looking Destro, but we don't have enough diversity in the villains. And I'm not talking like diversity, racial diversity, man. I'm just mean more villains, right? All we got is like the big guys and the army builders. What about the low-level guys? What about the number 2s? How about someone like Scrap Iron? Fun fact about Scrap Iron that kind of fits into the 2022 landscape, he designed anti-shipping mines to disrupt the world's fuel supply. Perhaps that's why gas prices are going up. Scrap Iron debuted in 1984 in a commercial to promote the new figure line. However, his first appearance was in a Real American Hero comic in issue number 43. Coming in at number 5 is Dr. Mindbender. He was originally an orthodontist before he went kinda mad scientist. He invented a machine to relieve pain and tested it on himself, and it went horribly wrong. He created such things as Pythonization, which renders vehicles undetectable. He also developed the Battle Android Troopers, aka BATs, which are now coming out and everybody loves. He's got that mustache bald look going on, which you know I love that. Throw on a modern soft goods cape and he would look fantastic. Dr. Mindbender first appeared in issue number 44 of the GI Joe comic and would probably need to come with some dentist equipment. I wonder if he went to dental school with Dr. Molar. They're about the same age. Coming in at number 4 is Footloose, aka Andrew D. Myers from Gary, Indiana. Footloose was a smart guy. Back in high school, he was valedictorian, he was captain of the track team, and he was an Eagle Scout, so he was, you know, he was like Mr. Perfect, basically. Not that Mr. Perfect! He was going to college for a degree in phys ed, and he was on a state scholarship when he just suddenly dropped out and moved to the coast, and became kind of weird for about 3 years. At this point, I guess he was depressed, felt life was pointless, so what do you do when you feel like that? You join the army. Footloose first appeared in a Real American Hero number 37 back in 1985, and while the Joes think he's a little bit weird, I just think he's trying to find himself. Coming in at number 3 is Bazooka. Listen, I had Alpine on the list, you know Bazooka had to be there too. Bazooka was a tank driver. He originally came with a green helmet, a green missile pack, and a black matte missile launcher. Have those same things come out again and we'll be good to go. That way I can send them on a little mission with Alpine, they can go on a little trip together, yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Like most of the characters on this list, Bazooka first appeared in the mid-80s, specifically in February of 1986, where he first appeared in issue number 44 of GI Joe. Coming in at number 2 is General Hawk. General Hawk first appeared in a Real American Hero number 1 back in 1982, which I read like 2 weeks ago. He was the original field commander of the Joes before he got his general button. I say button because it's like the mafia, it's what they say. Hawk's a West Point graduate, and he's the kind of commander people love, because he's the type of guy who just like goes out with his guys and gets shot out with everyone else, and they're like, yeah, that's our guy, yeah, people like him, and I like him, so I need him in 6-inch form. Fun fact, General Hawk is actually part of the first wave of GI Joe figures in the 3 3/4-inch scale that came out back in 1982. Coming in at number 1 is Serpentor, which I think I'm saying right. Quick backstory here, a crazy secret cabal of Cobra scientists found some ancient DNA. They used that DNA to create a clone with the military genius of Napoleon, the ruthlessness of Julius Caesar, the daring of Hannibal, and the fiscal acumen of Attila the Hun. What do you get when you mix those together? A master of political and tactical strategies. That's what you get. We need another villain to shake things up in this line, folks. Also, we can get him with an air chariot like he had in the classic set. Plus, I just love shiny things.
I love gold.
I gotta tell you guys, I was not a huge G.I. Joe fan growing up. I gotta admit though, the Classified line has completely enthralled me with the mythology that goes with the entire backstory of G.I. Joe. I'm all in on this Joe stuff right now. That said, I've been collecting toys a long time, and if you want to hear that whole story of how I got into collecting toys, check out this video here. I promise, no face paint. But you do gotta remember, you have to get old, but you really don't have to grow up. Just be cool and stay nerdy.